Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Sunday. So, today we're going to actually talk about intermittent fasting and time restricted eating, which are just two ways of saying the same kind of thing. So that's just something on my mind actually because I've been doing it. So, I wanted to talk to you and see if anybody else is doing it. So before I get started, I would like to talk about why I'm qualified to discuss these things. So I had actually been in the hospital years ago, and it was a few years after that that I learned about the idea of using food as medicine, and it just empowered me so much that I decided to become a health coach, first to learn information for myself to help my own wellness, but then also to become that person that could pass resources on to other people that might be going through similar things, or just wanting to just make a change in their health, whether that's overcoming a disease or a symptom, or just becoming the healthiest version of themselves that they possibly can be, which I highly recommend, so that you don't need to deal with, pardon the term, but crappy symptoms. So that's why I became a health coach, so I could just hand out those resources over. And I also just learned how powerful nutrition is, and that we have the choice every day and the chance every day to really take advantage of what food offers with every single meal and every single snack. So I just hope that people will take advantage of that. And I just want to share this with as many people as possible, so that a lot of diseases and symptoms that excuse me, that a lot of people think are just normal don't even have to occur. I mean, there are ways with a healthy enough lifestyle to reverse diseases and symptoms, but if we didn't have to deal with them in the first place, I think that would be even cooler. So that's where I am. So along those lines, I created a self-guided course that you can actually go through that shows you how to actually change your diet or just add more plants to your diet, whatever you're ready for. And I think a lot of people understand why that's important and why they should be doing that, but they aren't really sure how to do it. So, the course walks you through how tactically to do it, and you can ask questions and things like that. So if you're interested in that, I will link that down below. So back to the topic for today of intermittent fasting and time restricted eating, whichever way, you look at it, whichever term you use. Yeah, it's just something I'm doing because actually my trainer recommended it. So I'm doing the 12-8 with feeding window. So I eat between 12 noon and 8 p.m. And then, and I kind of want to move that a little bit earlier, but, we go with what our schedules can handle, right? And we go with, what our life, what makes sense for our lives. So the biggest thing that I learned with a lot of my research that I've done and a lot of videos and information that I've watched, a lot of doctors just talk about trying to eat a bigger meal earlier in the day and the smaller meals later in the day. So that's what I've been trying to do. I'm wondering kind of if anybody else out there is trying anything like this. It kind of seems to be a popular thing, but I'm not really sure if people are putting it into practice. I think a lot of organizations do find it helpful if people are looking for a certain goal to add intermittent fasting or time restricted eating into their routine, just because it kind of makes things a lot easier. I mean, as for me, that's what I've kind of seen in what I've done. It makes my life easier because there are less decisions that I have to make because this is what I do. And so I don't really have to think about what I'm going to eat, when I'm going to eat it. I just kind of know that this is the window and I have to just fit things in. And I don't really think about, what I have to do, if that makes sense. The idea though is to remember, if you are doing something like this, the same rules still apply. So the most plants you can eat, the better. It's not really an excuse to just eat whatever you want just because you're eating in a smaller window. That's the biggest thing to kind of remember is, you don't get a license to eat whatever you want and eat all kinds of junk. It doesn't really work that way. A lot of people, like I know that I've talked to, kind of are doing that, where they are eating maybe not so healthy foods, but they're like, oh, it's a smaller window, so it's okay. But it's really not, because from a weight loss standpoint, it might still help you lose weight, but I'm not sure if the health is really going to be a part of that. So So yeah, so if you have any questions about this, let me know. Or if you have any tips or tricks, then and let me know about those as well. Because like I said, I'm doing it. So, if you've experienced this, I really hope that you comment and let me know and give me any helpful tips that might help me. I think that's about it. I just wanted to come on here and just have a quick thing. So, a quick message for today. So I'm on different social channels. Our Benefits of Eating Plants Facebook group is the greatest place that I recommend. That, we share lots of information, articles, recipes, all kinds of information, and you can feel free to let me know if you want to hear more of one thing or less of another thing. I want to tailor it to whatever is going to be most helpful to you. And, like I said before, if you're watching this live or on replay, I really hope that you comment and let me know if you have any tips or tricks, if you've done this, or if there's anything you think I may have missed or anything that you want me to cover in a future video. I have a couple things lined up for future videos, but I definitely am always looking for ways to make this as helpful for you as possible as well. So if there's anything that you want me to cover, let me know. You can either message me or you can comment below this video, either way. So until next week, have a beautiful and colorful day. Bye, everybody.